Artie, what's going on? I had to think about what day it is. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday night. It is Wild Wednesday with this one here. I can't wait to talk to my guest tonight. She was just on here a few months ago, and we had the most amazing time, fun times. We had some cocktails, and we shot the shit, and we got to know each other. And she's back tonight because we're going to shoot some more shit, but she doesn't have a cocktail this time. But she is truly a rock star, an amazing person, a hardworking motherfucker who always glistens, shines, and looks beautiful. The one and only Miss Lorraine Lewis. What's going on, Lorraine?
Woo-hoo! Okay, can we record that? I need that report. I need to listen to that every morning when I get out of bed. That is the first thing that I want to hear every morning is how effing fabulous I am. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
And
welcome.
look, this is basically a Bailey's on the rocks. That's basically what this is.
It's a beautiful thing.
Anyway,
Beautiful thing.
cheers to you. Thank you so much for having me on. It's a pleasure
Absolutely.
and an honor as always.
Thank you.
So, yeah, cheers. Hmm.
So, Lorraine. There's
Yeah,
been
what's
things
up?
happening in your world that the world is dying to know. We're just going to go right into it, right? I mean, should we just like beat around the bush or just go right into it?
What are we going into? I have no idea what's on the agenda tonight. I mean,
Okay.
I
Okay.
really have no idea. All I know is that I've been really busy and I have about 30 rock and roll outlets that have wanted to talk to me. I really have no idea why. And
I don't
so
either.
I've been busy and you are the first person on the list and we're going to chit chat.
Absolutely. Oh, I made sure I was the first one. I stressed. So, all right. So the big news came out a couple months ago, and a lot of people were shocked. A lot of people, and I'm actually going to say I was not.
Oh, talk to me. What do
I
you know? What do you know that I don't know?
no, I don't know things, but I am a very observant person.
Well, then tell
So
me. Then the first thing you have to do is tell me, do I look cute tonight or what?
gorgeous,
Thank you.
gorgeous. And actually, the picture I used for tonight's promo for the show, when you put that up the other day, I was like, "That's the one."
Yeah, this is where I do all that magic in my little
Yeah,
studio here.
yeah, making the magic.
Continue.
So, all right. So the bomb was dropped. You actually dropped the bomb first. That you and your former band Vixen have parted ways. You guys were going in different directions, and you were no longer the lead singer of the band Vixen after almost 5 years.
Yes, I did my first show with them in 2018 when Janet had a brain issue, and
Right.
I think that I can remember it was Choctaw, Oklahoma, and it was a fabulous show and really great. And then and then Janet decided to leave and do her own thing, and I was invited to be the lead singer of Vixen, which was a great honor and a privilege and a pleasure for sure. And yeah, and that's basically what happened. So I was invited to come into the camp. I think that they needed me at that time. So that's, yeah, and 5 years of rocking and rolling and having a blast.
Yeah, 5 years of a lot of rocking and rolling,
Killing it.
killing it, killing it, and no exaggeration, killing it. Like saw tons of videos, always great shows,
Thank
always
you.
amazing crowds.
Hmm.
You guys sadly only released one single, the song Red, which was an amazing song, and then boom. So, were you surprised?
You said that a lot of people were shocked or surprised.
Hmm.
I was definitely shocked and surprised.
Really?
This was, I thought that my statement was pretty clear. I think that a
Yeah.
lot of people have misunderstood it. So I guess, it's important for me to say, because look, the bottom line for me, I I had the best time. I love the girls. We had an
Hmm.
amazing time. We totally kicked ass together, and I am
Absolutely.
really proud of what I brought to the brand. And I know that I did a great job. No one
Hmm.
can tell me that I didn't. I know this. Like
Right.
you can say whatever you want about me, whatever, but I know I brought it, and I brought it every night, and I do what I do, which I
Hmm.
am a rock and roll singer through and through. And
Right.
I love the crowd and I love the people. I live for the people. I mean, I live for the music too. Don't get me wrong. It's
Sure.
all about the music at the end of the day, but I'm here for the people. I'm an entertainer. I'm
Hmm.
born to entertain. That's what I do. So for me, I wanted to let the fans know that I was no longer going to be the front person for the band. Um, it was not my decision to leave. And I think that that's something that I do want to have be clear and known, because and that's not for anybody else or any musicians or anything. It's for the fans, because I had a lot of fans reach out to me and say, why did you quit?
Right.
What, like, why did you leave? Why, and upset that I left. And plain and simple, it was not my choice to leave. And I think that that is all I really need to say about that. It was not my
Right.
choice. I was surprised. So I thought we were getting ready to go out on tour for the summer. So I was ready to rock and roll. And again, I miss the girls. I love the girls, and we've had the best ride. And I am still honored and so humbled and grateful to have been a part of Vixen and what I brought to the table, and the amount of touring that I got to do with them and have a
Hmm.
blast. And I think that the fans really loved it. And so I,
Absolutely.
here's to the fans and the friends of the band. Like, you are the people that really matter to me. And I love you all so much. And it was important for me to let people know, because, shows were coming up, and I felt it was my right to say what I wanted to say as
Right.
gently as I could, And so I released that statement on a Sunday, and let people know. And yeah, I'm sure that people were surprised and shocked.
What?
I know that they were, because my phone blew up like crazy and hasn't really stopped. So, but that's really all I can say about that. I had a great ride with them. Again, you know, that that band is a chapter of my life. That's a
Sure.
chapter. My
Sure.
life is pre that. My life is television. My life is vast. I've been on the
Yeah.
planet a very long time, and I have lived many lives. I've worn many different hats. I am a million different people from one day to the next. That is a song, right? By you know the song. But yeah, I'm a million different people. And this is just a segment of my life that I've enjoyed to the fullest and to the max. And now it is, on to the next. And what does that mean? People want to know what
Right.
that means, So
Well, when this happened, was it like a phone call, an email? Was it?
I'm not really wanting to talk about all that yet,
Okay.
because yeah, I
Okay.
I just really have no need to talk about all the details. I think that a lot of people really want to know, and I think that there might be a time and place to do that.
Sure.
But I heard a quote from Cher recently, and I
Okay.
posted it actually today, and she gave someone advice. She gave a really famous actress some really good advice, and she said, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter. And that's really
Mm,
that hit me like a ton of bricks, because
yeah.
that was a message I felt for me, because it in the big picture of my life, this is a segment that I have just stepped away from. And that's okay. Life goes on. My life has been up and down and all around.
Sure.
So this is nothing that phases me in the least. Yes, I can say I was surprised. Yes, I didn't know this was going to happen. I thought we were just killing it. But
Hmm.
it really, in the big picture, And what Cher said, in 5 years, will it matter? No, in 5 years, this segment, this chapter is definitely not going to matter.
Right.
So that's really how I
Good point.
choose to live my life. That's
Good point.
it.
Hmm. Um, do you want to know my reasoning why I didn't think it was a surprise?
Sure.
Um, so like I said, I watch. You know, people who I've interviewed, and I've interviewed Roxy quite a few times over the years. Interviewed you, um, a fan of the band Vixen. So I watch and I see things on social media, and I was noticing for the longest time, um, it was like three of the four girls were always together in pictures, situations, hanging out, and there was never, never, never Roxy. And kept saying, "There's a red flag here. There's a problem here. Something's going on. I don't know what it is, but something's not sitting right. I feel with Roxy, and I don't know what's going on."
Well,
So
okay.
that's the thing. That's just me.
Well, look, here's the truth though. She lives in Detroit. Me and
Right.
the other girls, we're Cali girls.
Right.
So it's easy, it's very easy for us to hang out.
Sure.
It's just, and I feel like they're my besties. you
Right.
know I mean, Britt and I are really, really tight. She knows a lot of my secrets.
Right.
So we've definitely hung out a lot together because we're Cali girls. I mean, that's what I would say to that. I
Gotcha.
mean, we can all think that we see things, and maybe
Sure.
you did, and maybe, maybe this, maybe that. But on the road we were great together. On the road
Yeah.
we killed it,
Absolutely.
you know, I I just know that we did a great job, and that's really all that's important to me at this moment. Is that it was challenging for me to step into Janet Gardner's shoes. It
Sure.
was very challenging for me because she's a kick-ass singer. She's an
Hmm.
amazing singer, and I had to win over her fans.
Right.
Um, I brought my own and I made new ones, but I had to win over Janet Gardner fans. And I know that I did that for the most part. I really do. Like, there is nothing in me that is insecure about the job that I did as lead singer of that band.
Isn't that a good feeling though? Like when something
Great
like this
feeling.
happens, like when you walk away and you can say, you know what? Like I truly know I didn't do anything wrong.
I,
Like,
I had the best time. I killed it. I brought it every night. You know, I'm a different type of singer than Janet is, and I did my best to honor the songs as best as
mhm,
I could. And I was always wanting to go out to that merch table and meet the fans and all of this stuff. So I feel good about all that. I feel good about what we did together. I really do. There is nothing in me that is like F them and F that and all
right.
this stuff. That's just not really, where I'm at or what is important to me
Yeah,
at all.
I mean, and also too, I mean, come on, like none of us are getting any younger. And yeah, it's business at the end of the day. And like you said, in 5 years, is it going to matter? No, fuck it.
Yeah, I was talking to Mitch Schneider, and a publicist. I don't know if you know who he is. He's very famous. He had his company MSO. I mean, he was my publicist back in the day
Okay.
with Femme Fatale and Howard Kaufman and all of that.
Hmm.
And I've been friends with him all these years. And he called me and we talked about everything. And he just said, at the end of the day, babe, rock and roll is not warm and fuzzy.
True.
And he's absolutely right. I mean,
Yeah.
I think me and the girls made it as warm and fuzzy as possible because I mean, I really love those girls.
Hmm.
Um, and at the end of the day, I think that he's right. And it's
Yeah.
so okay. I mean, I handle things differently than the next person, and they handle things differently from the next person.
Sure.
And, I'm just excited about the future and everything that's going on and all of the things that I have going on. And again, I'm going to talk in third person, which people probably give me shit for. But I was Lorraine Lewis before I was in that band, and I
Right.
am still Lorraine Lewis. And granted, being associated with the band definitely helped me in a lot of ways, and it it was very current and this and that, and so I'm grateful for that, and I'm
Right.
grateful for that time, and grateful for the single that we did and all of the fun times. So
Sure.
I feel good about all of that. I really, really do. And actually, this is really good to hear me say this out loud, quite honestly, because I
Well,
think these things, but to say them out loud feels really great. Just, oh, we have the best time together.
okay.
So,
Well, honestly, again, being observant since it happened and seeing your, daily Instagram post, you literally, it's like you haven't fucking skipped a beat. It was like nothing happened. I mean, actually, you would think you hit the lottery by seeing how happy you look. So it's like nothing has really affected you. It's, I mean, actually, you might even seem happier. Like,
well, I'm happy because I have so many great opportunities. I have people that love me. I mean, I've had rock stars reach out to me and text me and message me to see if I'm okay,
that's awesome.
to tell me their opinion or what have you, and how much they love me. And that means the world to me. So, you know, at the end of the day, I have just felt nothing but love from people. And
That's
so
awesome.
I feel great. And is it weird? Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Sure.
And the only way that I can really define it for myself or for people to somewhat understand, and let me say hello to Eve. Hi, Eve. I have a feeling that you are watching. Eve is in the UK. I love you. I love you. I love you. I was planning to put your necklace on and I ran out of time, but I wanted to say hi to you if you're watching. Okay. Now that I've said that, let me
Hi.
get back to it. Um, I've been married a lot of times. I make no bones about it. I've been married 4 times and I've been divorced 4 times. Okay.
Hmm.
I was always the one that left. So the only way that I can describe this is that it's somewhat like a divorce,
Right.
but I'm the one that got left.
Right.
Like my husband just walked out on me.
Hmm.
My husband just left. He had something else he wanted to do or hang out with. And so, it's definitely that's the best way I can describe it. And so I somewhat know maybe what some of my exes have gone through. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely a little bizarre. And at the same time, I have a lot of life to live. I have a lot of stuff. I have vision boards and I have lists and I have stuff that I want to do. And um, let's do it.
That's awesome. I love it.
That's the
So,
truth.
okay, probably I think maybe my last question on the whole Vixen situation. Um, you and Roxy were friends for years. You guys had did other stuff before this. She was, very vital in bringing you into the whole. She thought you'd be the fit for Vixen, and is the friendship still intact?
I've known Roxy for 30 years.
Right.
Um, I haven't talked to Roxy um, since, mm, I don't know, sometime in April.
Okay.
She's busy.
Okay. Works for me.
She's a very busy woman.
And
She's
so
a
are you.
very she's a very busy woman, and she's busy with Madam X, and she's busy with figuring out tour schedules and writing set lists and all sorts of stuff. So she's she's busy.
I got you. I got you. But you're busy too, and you just released a new song called "Save Me" with Kevin Gucher,
Do you
which is
know
a
Kevin?
I don't. I mean, the name sounds familiar.
So he was in a band called And Gods and Of Gods and Monsters, and
Oh,
also Omen. He's
okay.
toured like crazy. He's just a great guy. Him and his wife are amazing. Melanie Gucher is his wife. She wrote the song.
Okay.
She's been through a lot of turbulence in her life, like we all have.
Sure.
And they invited me to sing on the song. I heard it. I thought it was great. I wanted to be a part of it from the get go. We recorded it last year. Simon Wright on drums,
Wow.
JT Kitty Longoria on bass, Luis Carlos Maldonado on guitars. So yeah, badass band.
That's
Killer
awesome.
musicians. Killer musicians. Went into the studio with Kevin, great singer, and we just did our thing, and I had a blast working with him. And I'm really having a wonderful time doing duets with people. I love the camaraderie. I love the just mixing voices together and the vibe,
Right.
and seeing how other people work is really fascinating and fabulous. So I had a great time doing that. It just got released June 27th. I think it's had a really warm reception. I've had a bunch of reviews that have come in that, you know, Lorraine Lewis kills it again, kind of a thing. So I'm just, again, always honored and grateful that my name even comes up with people is the coolest. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Have you heard the song?
Of course, of course.
Good.
Yeah.
It's
At first I was like, oh, it's almost like it starts out ballady and
yeah.
slow, and I'm like, it's almost kind of country, and then it kicked in. I said, no, country's out the window now.
Yeah, no, a lot of people think that I have a little bit of a twang in my voice, and I
Yeah.
probably do. But I mean, I'm a rock and roll singer, but I do have a little bit of, I mean, I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I listened to, Leonard Skinner and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and I was in a band called West Wind. I think I've told you before. I used to wear a big cowboy hat and
Yep.
all black. So I mean, it's not, I'm from New Mexico. It's like being from Texas or Arizona. So that's in there. But no, I'm definitely a rock singer, and I belt that chorus out like nobody's business. So
Absolutely.
yeah, we had a blast doing that song. Again, honored to be on that track, honored to be working with those great musicians. I've texted back and forth with Maldonado, Mr. Maldonado, and it's been really cool. Just the camaraderie has been really cool.
That's cool. Well, and you did another song earlier in the year. What was it with Angry Hill?
I
Um,
did Angry Hill out of Boston.
and
Yeah,
this is like a new thing for. I mean, is there other ones that we don't know about that have been in the works that are going to be coming out? Like you said, the
yes.
Save Me song was done last year.
Yes, there is much more to come. I mean, I have a lot of plans, right? So I know people would really like to know what I'm going to do next. I have it all written down. I know what I'm doing next. I
Well,
don't,
tell us, Lorraine. Tell us.
I don't feel a
Don't make
need
me
to.
pull it out of you.
I know, and I apologize for that, because I know as an interviewer in television, I do my best to get people comfortable, and then they spill their guts to me. That's why I am known as the closer at my
I
at my
love it.
company.
I love it.
So I know the job of an interviewer. I know what you want, and I'm doing my best to stay in the lines,
I know.
um,
Believe
and
me, I
give
know.
and I know and give you as much as I can give you without, because here's the thing that I don't like about, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. Oh yeah, I've got this thing coming out. And then people either naysay it, or they have a tendency to, oh, who does she think she is? I
Right.
mean, you know, and life is a wild, wonderful ride. So,
Hmm.
yes, I have things written down. Yes, I have plans. Yes, managers have reached out to me. Musicians have reached out to me. There's all sorts of things. Um, I'm keeping it tight because I'm not in a hurry at all. That's really important to me.
Not a race.
It's not a race. And, I think that some people feel like because that happened with the band, I should be zooming out there right now. And that's just
Right.
not where I'm at with it, because I have a plan. I know what I'm doing. I'm working with an amazing producer, and he was an amazing songwriter who has, I'll say this, he has 2 hit songs out over the past 6 months.
Okay.
And so things are really cool and things are really great, but I'm not ready to talk about it until we're ready to come out of the gate and share it with everybody. But I will say, as far as the duets are concerned, that I love working with people, and that is something that is happening, and more of it is happening. And my
Awesome.
my hope is that I can put a compilation together. Um,
Okay.
of yeah, I mean, I mean, we haven't brought up Lou Gramm.
I know that's like your bucket list right there, top of your bucket list.
Well, we've been in the studio together.
I saw the pictures.
So that's happening. So I've been in the studio with Lou Gramm, and I should say Lou motherfucking Graham. Like, holy
Absolutely.
cow. I mean, have you ever been in the studio with him?
No.
His voice is magic. His vibe, he's the coolest cat. Like, he is such a seasoned pro veteran badass, great singer, great human being. I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. Being in the studio and working with him, one of the highlights of my career, hands down.
Oh.
No doubt about it. Tops everything for me.
Are you
Everything.
going to tell us what it is, what it was,
We've been
or
working on, we are recording 3 songs together.
okay?
We have one vocally in the can right now. Um, it's a duet. I'm not going
Wow.
to tell you what the song is,
Okay.
but it's amazing. And working with him was complete magic. I mean, we worked in LA. I was staying at the Westin in Pasadena. Went into the studio early in the morning, got mics worked out with Scott Gilman, who is his saxophone player, who also happens to be the owner of the studio.
Okay.
And I went in and we got our vocal mics worked out. And then here come Lou and Matt. Matt is his son that manages him. And we just had a great time. We started working on the song. And, there were moments when I was in the control room. Well, we worked together first. We laid down kind of some scratches together.
Okay.
And we were laughing and joking and just having so much fun. And then he went in to lay down his verses of the song. And I was in the control room with Scott. And I'm just listening, and he's just kind of getting it going, filling out the song and this and that. All of a sudden, you just hear the fucking voice of Lou Gramm. Like, holy hell. I'm sitting there in the chair and I got goosebumps all over me. And I was just like, oh my God, that's Lou Gramm. That's Lou Gramm. We're singing together. He sounds effing amazing. His choices of notes, his choices of rhythm, his choices of sound
Mhm.
was impeccable, incredible, beautiful. It was like an instrument, honestly. Just me listening to him, it was like, oh, wow. I mean, he made me a better singer that day, hands down.
I mean, I know that's one of your vocal idols. Like, is there any intimidation there? Are you kind of like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like,
1000%. 1000%. Oh, I have video of me going to the studio that morning saying, and I'll probably post it in the next couple of days because we're talking about it. And I'm
okay.
like looking at the camera and I'm like, oh my God. Like, and nobody had known at this point, right? So I'm talking just to the camera and like the Uber driver can hear me. And I'm just like looking in the camera saying, oh my God, I'm getting ready to go into the studio because I'm singing with Lou fucking Graham today. And
That's
I'm like,
amazing.
pinch me. Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of that. But at the same time, he's so hella cool. I mean, the truth is I haven't revealed this. And so this is something for you that you're getting out of me. We have been talking for the last, we haven't talked in the last few weeks, because I know that he's getting ready to release his album, which by the
Okay.
way is killer. He played it for me. It's
Awesome.
like, so let's picture this real quick and then I'll go back to that thought. I'm in the studio with Lou Gramm. We're recording together, like no big deal, like two buddies, right? And then when we took a break, he's like, do you want to hear my new album? Yeah, I want to hear your new album. He played 5 songs, 4 songs, 5 songs off of the album. Amazing. it sounds fresh, but like back in the day, but
Mm,
now, but oh, the songs are so great. His voice is so great. People are going to be blown away, no
man.
doubt. So
When you walk away from that, is there anything like you said like what was the biggest thing you learned after that experience?
that everything is possible.
I love it. I love that.
I mean, think about that. I, yeah, it was like, what am I doing here? Oh yeah, yeah, everything is possible, and that's where I say to you, it's okay. Like I'm
Yeah,
good. Do I get little tinges of like, ooh, that's weird? Yeah, that's weird. But
sure.
of course, I'm a human being. However, life is great and life is what you make it. And if anything, I've been saying these things for ages, for years. You never know what's around the corner, this and that. This is my chance to test those things that I believe
Mm,
and show everyone that I believe what I believe, which is the universe always has things working out for me. Nothing is impossible, everything is possible. Let me show you. And
right.
here we go. But how the fascinating thing that people don't realize is that Lou and I and Matt had we have a phone call commitment appointment. We've had a Wednesday at 1:30 conversation for the last 15 weeks.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, this didn't just happen in a day. This happened with us figuring out what we wanted to do together. This
Right.
happened with us talking to each other and getting to know each other. I mean, when he, I did my Q&A on Sunday nights. I don't know if you know that I do those, but
Yeah.
Sunday nights I do my Q&As. I've done the last 2 weekends. I'm back at it. I took a little break, but the night I knew that Idol was going to announce the people that were going to be entered into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And I mentioned it in the interview that, I was rooting for Lou. And sure enough, of course he got in. Of course, we all knew he was going to. And
Sure.
then that was Sunday. And then on Wednesday when we had our call, I sang to him and it was, da 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 to the birthday song by the Beatles, but you're in the Hall of Fame, And he laughed and laughed, and it was just really fun. So we've really had a great time getting to know each other over these last many, many weeks. I was in Beverly Hills once and I was having breakfast and, I had to make the call and make sure that we could talk. And so the hotel that I was at, they put me in this really great private room and I got to talk with him and I know about his little girl and, we really have gotten to be friendly with each other. And it was just so sweet and so important. And he's just a hell of a guy, hell of a singer. He's Lou Gramm. That's all I can say. Amazing. So it's been fun for sure.
Who would be uh second to Lou Gramm that you'd want to put on that list next to hopefully work with?
Paul Rogers from Bad
Wow.
Company.
All right. All right.
Number three is
Well,
David Lee
as you
Roth.
just told us, anything is possible.
And it's not even anything, it's everything.
Interesting. Interesting.
Everything's possible. So yes, it's
Everything
always
is
been Lou
possible.
Gramm, Paul Rogers, David Lee Roth. Can you imagine me and David Lee Roth? Fun.
Oh yeah, uh, that's all it would be fun. That's the name of the song. Is fun.
Yeah, it would be hella fun. But I do have, so I do have some other thing, there's an artist in France that I'm going to be working with.
Okay.
Um, More to be revealed later.
Okay.
Um, I have planned, yeah, I have a lot of plans.
Is all right. So I'm going to ask this because it was already on my list of questions, but people were asking me to ask this for you. Um, Femme fatale, is that going to be a thing again, or
I've had so many people reach out and say, please put Femme Fatale together. Um, please, please, please. There's a lot of people that love that band. So all I can say with that is that, again, some of the best times of my life being femme fatale. I mean, I have the tattoo.
Hmm.
I'm always femme fatale. That's always a part of who I am. So I will say that it would be fabulous to do that. I don't have an answer for you right now, but I will say that I have been talking to a bunch of musicians, because I also have kind of an eclectic thing that I do, solo thing that I do. I have two songs that I've written that are more eclectic, rock and roll. And so I'm putting a band together for that as well. So faceted and fascinating, Ms. Lorraine Lewis doing lots of stuff.
But you know what? Isn't that like when you look at it now compared to the 80s of the femme fatale days, like yeah, the music business, the financial end and stuff like that, and the fame, fortune, rock star world was a much better situation, a funner situation of the 80s. But I think um musically, spiritually, um talent wise, is a much better time now because the freedom is there to just be eclectic and do what the hell you want and not have people over your shoulder. Oh, I need this. You need to do this. You need to do that. Write a song like this. Like now you can just write from your heart with no worries.
Well, that's the bottom line. I really, when I said I was Lorraine Lewis before and I'll be Lorraine Lewis later and after and beginning and all of that, I mean, that's who I am. So I get to do things now the way that I want to do them, exactly the way that I want to do them as best as I can with collaborating and things like that, talking to
Sure.
managers and things like that. But, it's what I want to do. And I'm at a time in my life where I just want to do what I want to do. I don't want anybody telling me what to do. I'm a
Right.
grown ass woman. I mean, I'm full grown woman, making my own living and own my own house and all of this stuff. So I, I, I want to do things my way. So I'm excited about that.
That's awesome. Did you ever think of going on the business end of it? Like managing artists and stuff like that, or has that never been an interest to you?
It does on some levels. If I found an artist that I thought was destined, and
Hmm.
I'm pretty good at choosing and picking. I mean, I knew that Jelly Roll was going to be huge, knew it. Second I met him, I knew
Hmm.
this guy is magic. This guy does not need me. This guy is projecting like he's got the target. He's going to be
That's
huge.
that's where I live. I live in his hometown.
Yeah, he's amazing. I met him like 8 years ago. A show. I mean, I probably told you this. Yes, that I was working on a show with his wife. I was
No.
developing. I was developing a show, Outlaw Wives, with
Okay.
Bunny, and Yellow Wolf's wife,
Okay.
um,
I've met Yellow Wolf.
Fifi Dobbs. I was developing. There was a group of women, and Bunny was at the forefront, and I was starting to do interviews with them. And then I went out to a show of jellies, and Yellow Wolf was there, and oh gosh, he had his whole entourage with him, and they were great. But it was a place downtown Los Angeles. There weren't a lot of people there, probably 100, maybe 150.
Okay.
And because we were going to talk business about the TV show, we went across the street to a bar, me and him and Bunny and a couple people. And he was just wow. And like, he's a big man,
Yeah.
you know, very big man. I know he's lost a lot of weight recently, but he's a big man, but his personality and his heart are even bigger. I mean, I thought he was so sexy. Not
Wow.
not gonna lie. I thought he was so sexy. He was so smart and so charismatic, and just you could tell he just had that thing that they
Yeah.
people always say when they just have it. He just had it. He just had it, and I was just like, oh my god. I told myself these people do not need me at all. That's
Wow.
and it was kind of the end of it with me and Bunny, although she's still a friend. Actually, when I was thinking about when I was making plans to not be married anymore to husband number 4, she's actually the first and only person that I messaged because I knew that Bunny would not judge me. I knew that
Hmm.
she would give me good advice, and I knew that she would help me instead of, you know, give me hell. They're
Yeah,
really cool people. They're really cool people. So
that's awesome.
that's my story with Bunny and Jelly Roll.
That's awesome.
Wild,
Wow.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Okay. When are you going to write a book? I'm sure you got story upon story upon story.
I do have story upon story upon story. And I mean, if you look at the list, it's on there. And, you know, I will go ahead and say I have been contacted about that. And so we will see. But yes, I have so many stories. I mean, when you're on the planet as long as I have been, um, you have a lot of stories. And I have met a lot of people, and it's just been such a great ride. And I do want to kind of go back to what we were talking about with being able to spot talent. I also
Sure.
knew that Måneskin from Italy was going to be huge.
Mm,
The second I saw them on the Eurovision songwriting contest, I knew that they were going to be huge. They are bigger than huge. They
yeah.
are they are killing it. So Jelly Roll, Måneskin, um, who else? I don't know. There's a list somewhere, but so I think I do have a knack for seeing that. So I would say, if I saw the next thing um, that I felt needed me, then I might get involved. I mean, I would love to work with a female artist, a young female artist. I would love that.
Well,
I actually say it again.
no, I was gonna say in this day and age, though, um, I truly feel the females have taken over, and I'm not. Believe me, I'm not complaining. I think it's amazing, and it's kind of almost hard to believe. You know, even again going back to the classic femme fatale days. Those days of the '80s where there was only like really a couple girls. There was like
Yeah.
you and Lita, Joan Jett. There really wasn't many girls. Lee Aaron. That were trying to break on through to the other side, and sadly, I feel we're not given the true chance. That we're not taken seriously
No, it was the
now.
times. It was the times, and that's
Yeah,
okay. And so
yeah.
that's where I get to make up for it now because I'm wiser and smarter and I don't take any shit.
There you go. There you
But
go.
but yeah, I would love to work with a young female artist if I thought that she really had what it takes. I've written some songs with Alex Kane. I don't know if you know
Okay,
who Alex
of course.
is. And
Alex was
Alex,
my first interview I did about 15 years ago. I went when
amazing.
he was doing Annie product, and I went out and interviewed him backstage for like 2 hours. It was amazing.
Yeah, Alex is a really good friend of mine, and we've written a bunch of stuff together. And I would love to, with Alex's help, work with a female artist and write some of the songs, etc. But I will say this: I am very excited to work with men again.
Hmm. Okay.
Like when I put my new band together. I mean, I have my sights on a couple of females for it um, that are badasses, but I'm excited about working with. I love men. I love men. I love men and women, but I love men. And being in the studio with Lou and being around some masculine energy felt really nice.
Hmm.
So it's no dig on anybody or anything.
Sure.
It's just I'm excited about that. I mean, I'm excited that the musicians that have called me, and a lot of them have been guys, and wanting to work with me and throwing their hat in the ring and this and that. And that feels really good. And what feels even better is through this experience that I've been through these last couple of months, I had no idea people liked me as much as they do. I had no idea that people really care about me. I mean, it's been really nice to feel the love from so many people. And yeah, crazy. And I know that some people reach out because they want some dirt or this and that. And so I just stay in my lane as best as I can. because there is no dirt, there is no smoke, there is no nothing. It's just me navigating what's next. And again, it's been a privilege and an honor to be with them. And, last summer we killed it in Brazil and Germany and Sweden. And, stage diving for the Vakken fans of 60,000 people. Some of the highlights of my career for sure. Yes, I'm one lucky bitch for sure.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean like I just see like so much ahead of for you. You know what I mean? Like it was almost like as cool and as amazing the whole Vixen thing was, it was almost like there was chains holding you back. Yeah.
There are no chains. Yep, I'm just going for it. But hey, you can't tame me anyway. I mean, I'm gonna, I didn't think twice about jumping into the crowd at Vakken Festival. Like, no, nobody was going to keep me from doing that. I'm like,
That's awesome.
I saw a moment of like, there's a crowd there. I want to do this, and I just went for it. And that's what I always do: climbing on speakers and you know jumping on the back of the security guy. Like I believe life is meant to be fun, and I am here to entertain. And if people are entertained, then I am happy.
Well, I'm happy. And I think you handled um the interview and questions perfectly.
Thank you, Bay.
Seriously.
I appreciate it so much. I
Seriously.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this and talk to you and get the professional dirt version of it.
Well, you know, yeah, again, it's been a blast. It's been a blast. More to come. I would love people to come and follow me on Instagram, Lorraine Lewis Rocks. There is so much more ahead. People are going to probably be shocked at some of the stuff that's coming next. You can subscribe to my page as well for 99 cents a month, which is nothing because my subscribers get the stuff first. They get inside stuff. I mean, I've shared stuff with my subscribers. I feel like they're my family. That's really the truth. I feel
That's
like they're my cabinet. The president has a cabinet. It's like my tribe vibe people. They're my cabinet, and I talk to them and tell them stuff first before it even. Some of it never even hits the rest of my Instagram. I just don't. I
really
just leave it just, oh yeah. It's just for them. If you're paying to communicate with me and be a part of my group, you have to have stuff that's just for you. Oh
right.
yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
You know,
Very,
they're
very interesting.
special. Look, you know how hard it is to sign up and take the time and the apps and put all your credit card stuff in your first and
Right.
last. That's a lot.
They're
And
doing they're putting that effort forth.
they're putting the effort in to do that because they want to be a part of my life and my inner circle. I honor that for sure. Like, for sure.
That's amazing.
And then I will leave this one last thing. I
Okay.
did have a rock star message me, and I'm not going to say who it is. Um, he said, I really miss you, and I'm going to miss you. And you're the real deal. And that just warms my little heart. So, yeah, it's been
Well,
all right.
I'm gonna correct them though. He doesn't have a reason to miss you because you're still here. You're still going to be there. You're going to be every fucking where, and he's going to be shocked by what's coming.
It's true. A lot of people are. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, 2025 is going to be a great year.
absolutely. And so's the year after that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that.
Oh yeah. I'm on the,
Beyond the
yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Lorraine,
Cheers.
thank you so much. Cheers. Have an amazing night. Talk to you soon.
Okay, babe.
All
Take
right.
care.
You too.
Mwah.
Bye.
Who hangs up first? I always hate that.
Well,